And we're back with the Screen Team. It's right here on Today's Talk, KWOC 93.3 FM and 930 AM. We're here on the Chris Berger birthday show.
Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Please. Lots of presents for me, please. We've got all movies that I am huge fans of. We've just got done doing Return of the Jedi. We're going to be reviewing the second Godfather film. We've got League of Their Own we're going to be doing as well. But our next film is probably my all-time favorite action buddy cop movie of all time. It's called Lethal Weapon, and I'm in love with this movie. I've seen it like 1,000 times, man. It stars Mel Gibson and Danny Glover, and their chemistry is just unbelievable in this film. We've got Doug and Stacy to help review the film. First off, had you guys ever seen Lethal Weapon before?
Oh yes. I honestly, she watched it last night, and I didn't. I caught glimpses of it, but I was watching something else. But I remember a lot of the movie.
Yeah.
Gary Busey's character, man, the fight scene at the end. I just I love that. That's probably.
I kind of wish it could be like that in real life. Oh, like God. A cop has been trying really hard to catch a bad guy, and then he just gets to have his way with them. You know,
that would be awesome.
That would be great. We could sell tickets. It would, make a little money for the city. The taxpayers wouldn't be out so much. It'd be great.
Absolutely. The whole storyline, you got the cop he's wanting to retire.
And then you got the other cop who's just...
I'm getting too old for this. The other one, he's hanging on a thread.
He's on a death wish.
Yeah, he's about to lose it.
Yeah. You had mentioned Gary Busey, and the funny thing about Gary Busey is he plays a crazy guy in this film, yeah. But it's nothing to what Gary Busey is now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the crazy in this film is like nothing compared to what he is in real life right now.
Right. Yeah, he's a hot mess right now.
It's just wild.
Yeah, he's been a mess for a long time.
Sometimes I wake up and I look like his mugshot. That's what we refer to it as, is the Gary Busey mugshot morning.
Oh, man. All right, so let's talk about the chemistry. I really enjoy the chemistry of Danny Glover and Mel Gibson. I think they work really, really well together. I like their pairings better than, Nick Nolte and Eddie Murphy in 48 Hours and stuff like that. What did you guys think about the chemistry? Did you guys like the chemistry between them?
Yeah, you could definitely tell that. I mean, there had to be, to do the franchise that they've wound up doing all those years, they had to get along.
Yeah.
I mean, like brothers or something.
I liked the progression of their chemistry. At first he was like, I don't want a partner. And then, well, you got me, so deal with it. And kind of as it progresses. And then it seems there's the scene where they're at the house with the firemen and the little kids point to the tattoo. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, that's the moment where Danny Glover realizes that Mel Gibson is no joke, and that he's serious and he knows. And it was just kind of like that moment where they understood each other, I guess. That's what I thought anyway.
The funny thing is I've seen this movie a million times and I've never realized that part. But once you say that, I'm like, that really makes sense to me.
Right.
One of my all-time favorite scenes in this film is when Mel Gibson has to try to coax the jumper to get him down without jumping. He ends up handcuffing him, and they just jump off the building together. And Danny Glover is so mad at him.
Yeah,
what are you doing?
You guys have any favorite scenes?
And I'm gonna go like totally girl on this, but the scene where he's been captured and he's hanging up there on the chain or whatever, and he's soaking wet. I mean, there's not much hotter than the 1980s version of Mel Gibson soaking wet.
Even with the mullet?
Especially with the mullet. He rocked that thing, and he was just, he was just awesome.
Golly. The scene where he's at the Christmas tree thing.
Yeah.
Those guys are kind of getting into it. Oh, golly.
The funny thing is that scene, one of the bad guys is Anthony Kiedis' father.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was pretty interesting. Another kind of music tie into it, Danny Glover's wife, the actress who plays her, is a woman named Darlene Love. And for those who don't know, she was like big time in the 50s and 60s in doo-wop groups and stuff like that. And a lot of the songs she sung on but didn't get credit for.
Wow.
Oh,
I mean,
I think I've heard the story of her before.
She is a big time singer back in the day, and
I didn't know that.
she's definitely a talented lady. Lots of other great actors in this film as well. People like Tom Atkins and Mitchell Ryan, and of course, this film spawned 3 other sequels. Have you guys?
It's been a long time.
Checked out the sequels?
Yeah, it's been a while.
You know, one of the things I loved about this movie was, so it's in the 80s, obviously, but it was fun to sit there, there was a Swatch watch on, and then the daughter had her hair, up in the ponytail like that. And,
right.
And the clothes, and I said, hey, Doug, look, I said, The Lost Boys is on at the movie theater.
Really?
Right after the jumping scene.
Yeah.
I think it's after that scene. They're standing there on the street, and there's a movie theater, and it says The Lost Boys is playing.
That's wild.
So it was fun just to see all that stuff. I was like, yeah, I used to have that and that and that, and it was kind of just to take you back.
What was the last one in the franchise? Was it 4?
It was 4.
Okay.
That's the one I like the least. I love the first 3, but number 4 doesn't really do it for me.
Okay. Was 3 the one with Jet Li?
No, 4 was Jet Li.
Okay.
3 was introduction of Rene Russo, and her and Mel Gibson and Joe Pesci. Okay. I love these movies, man. I can watch them over and over and over again.
And I have forgotten, back at Christmas, everybody was like, oh, Die Hard 1, that is the ultimate Christmas movie. Mm-hmm. But this could be up there with it, too, because, it centers around Christmas time, and, all that stuff's going on. So you could put the 2 in the same class, and,
Christmas time in L.A.
True.
Yeah.
True.
So
decorating palm trees.
Yeah, it was fun. I just liked to watch it. It was... the 80s did blow 'em up movies better than anything that they're giving us today.
I agree.
It was real. He had one time, we're fixing to blow this car up. It's the only shot we got.
Scenes.
And it's not computer generated. They put some dynamite in there and they blew the darn thing up.
You mentioned that in Lethal Weapon 3, there's an opening scene where they they do the whole, is it the red wire or blue wire thing, and the building blows down. That was, like you said, it was all real, no CGI. They blew that building down, and it's spectacular. It's beautiful. Movie's called Lethal Weapon, and you can find it on DVD. Stacey, you're coming back in a few more minutes. You're going to be doing League of Their Own, correct?
League of Their Own, yep.
Awesome. That's coming your way here in just a bit, but we'll be back doing Godfather Part 2 during the Chris Berger birthday show.
Happy birthday to you.
On the Screen Team right here on KWOC.